Well, hello everybody. I'm here at Polperro, which is one of the historic fishing villages down in South Cornwall. It's a particularly inclement day, heavy showers, heavy unpredictable showers, and Polperro is sort of famous for its smuggling history. It goes back to the 18th century because it was such an isolated location. It was an ideal place to smuggle in contraband, and the golden age of smuggling went from around 1700 to 1850, with locals supplementing their meagre income from fishing and farming by engaging in what was then known back in those days as free trade. There were a number of notorious smugglers, which I'll list in a bit of sequence or more detail a little bit later in the video. I'm just about to go into the actual museum, so to catch some shots, some stills, perhaps a bit of video of the museum, and we'll continue after that. Well, I did look into the museum, and there was some very good exhibits there. But a lot of it was not particularly recordable, in that there were a lot of documents there, and old pictures, of course, and some artifacts as well. But so I've got too much to put on the video, but I thought I'd just go through these a little bit of the history of these four main smugglers, which I think you'll find interesting. So the first one is Willie Wilcox. Willie was quite legendary. He allegedly used a cave, now known as Willie Wilcox's Cave, to store contraband. There were lots of stories about his exploits and his ultimate demise, some claiming he was trapped in the cave, and others said he escaped to avoid capture. In the video you will see a couple of these caves. The next one, Zephaniah Job, what a name, was a school teacher turned smuggler, stroke banker, who financed smuggling operations and even printed his own banknotes. He became wealthy and was buried in a grand tomb in a local church. John Carter, known as the King of Prussia, Carter and his brother Harry ran a smuggling enterprise in Polperro, evading the revenue men and amassing a fortune. The last one I've got notes on is Tom Potter, and he was most unfortunate. He was also a Polperro smuggler who was tried and found guilty of murder after shooting a customs officer near Plymouth. His conviction was largely due to the testimony of another Polperro smuggler called Robert Toms. So smuggling operations in Polperro often used hidden coves and secret tunnels to land and store contraband, often with the support of the local community. The free trade. Goods smuggled included brandy, gin, tea and tobacco, often brought from Guernsey where taxes were lower. And a couple more videos on from this one, where I go and visit Loo Island again after a long absence, more than 45 years. Loo Island was also used for smuggling because it operated, was obviously a cover for getting the goods onto the island and then waiting till the customs officers were not looking to get them across to the mainland on a boat. Well, our first look at the harbour, and we've got some young people here who are brave enough to be wading across to a little beach to the right of the picture, and taking their bits and pieces with them as they go. So I'm wondering if that is a what we would call flotsam and jetsam, or is it a shoal of dead sprats? What do you think? You'll notice what it says on the back of the tuk-tuk. Tuk will take you there directly, which is the Devon pronunciation of the word directly.